When a narcissist realizes the depth of losing someone like you, the impact is often more complex than it appears. Initially, they may seem unbothered, convinced that leaving you was the right decision. Narcissists typically view relationships through a lens of utility, assessing people based on what they can gain. Once they believe they've exhausted your value, they move on without remorse, often blaming you for the relationship's failure. This perspective stems from their personality disorder, which causes them to see others as tools rather than individuals with feelings and worth. During the relationship, you likely gave your all, providing love, support, stability, and perhaps even financial or familial contributions. Despite your efforts, the narcissist left, believing they could find something better. In their black and white thinking, they view the relationship as a transactional exchange that has run its course. However, their departure doesn't reflect your worth. Instead, it highlights their inability to form genuine, empathetic connections. As narcissists move on, they focus entirely on their new relationship, often disregarding the good times or love you shared. They rarely reflect on the past unless external circumstances force them to, like a reminder from mutual acquaintances or a personal setback. Even then, their realization of your value is often shallow and self-centered. They may recognize the comfort, stability, or admiration you provided, but this acknowledgement is tied to their own needs rather than a genuine appreciation for you as a person. Over time, narcissists may experience regret, especially if their new relationship fails to meet their expectations. Their inflated self-image often leads them to overestimate their ability to secure equally fulfilling connections. When reality falls short, they may start to idealize the relationship they had with you, not because they truly miss you, but because they miss the benefits you brought to their life. They might think, "I was happier back then," but this reflection is rooted in self-interest rather than remorse. If they attempt to return, it's often because they view you as a reliable source of comfort or support. Their return is not an admission of love or regret, but rather a calculated move to regain what they lost. Narcissists struggle to admit mistakes due to their fragile egos, so any attempt to reconnect is likely framed as your fault or an opportunity for them to regain control. Understanding this dynamic is crucial for your healing. The narcissist's inability to truly value you doesn't diminish your worth. Their departure is not a reflection of your shortcomings, but rather their inability to sustain meaningful relationships. Seeking validation from their return only perpetuates their cycle of manipulation. Instead, focus on your own growth and healing. Recognize that you are a person of integrity, capable of giving and receiving genuine love. By prioritizing your well-being, you can avoid falling into the trap of rekindling a connection with someone who lacks empathy and exploits others for personal gain. Remember, their loss is not your burden to carry. It's a consequence of their inability to appreciate the rare and valuable qualities you brought into their life.